Bro, buddy friend, Mr. Vahe, you're the first non-comedian on the show.
But you could say I'm still funny.
You're still funny. Well, everybody's funny. You just have to like transfer it to the stage.
I could be the first actor friend.
Actor friend?
Don't you remember the fucking little Shia LaBeouf spoof we did at my place?
Yes. You technically aren't first, no, because there's everybody. All the comics that I've had on here before, like they act too,
Yeah.
and they're always trying to fucking. We're all trying to do something.
No, I mean you got to.
Yeah, and
if
you
you're
know,
gonna be going into one, might as well throw your feet in. To try and see what.
And now the fucking writer's strike is going down, and people are like, I am not gonna write new jokes.
Dude,
in solidarity.
Fucking, I've only heard a little bit about it.
One of the main concerns is AI.
Yeah.
Taking their jibs. You know, exactly. And what ChatGPT has been able to do is that you can type in a prompt and go, oh, I want a pilot script for a sitcom set in the 1970s or whatever, you know, like write down the synopsis of that 70s show or whatever, and then ChatGPT they'll make like a whole thing within minutes.
So definitely Hollywood trying to fucking grab something out of
that. And I mean, there's one thing that they can do is incorporate some of it.
Fucking that South Park episode where they were basically making fun of it, where the whole episode was a ChatGPT fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it was fucking hilarious, dude. It was basically everyone using it for fucking everything.
Yeah, and it's going to make us lazy.
Yeah.
It's going to make us lazy. It's going to make, college kids have it write their term papers for them. And there's like counterterrorism technology, so to speak. There's like an AI to tell the difference between if the student wrote that paper or ChatGPT wrote that paper.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers be cheating, you know. And it's convenient, but it's also going to like make us kind of dumb because we're not going to be able to.
Nobody's going to have the ability to hold any knowledge.
Right.
They're just going to be like, I don't need to know this.
Yeah, I don't need to know.
Fucking look it up and.
I don't need to know this person's phone number. I don't need to know this, that, and the other thing. Because it's already kind of here in a way where
it's just going to make us lazier and lazier.
Yeah, all the information is in our pocket, and we can look up anything. Oh, what year did this movie come out or whatever? And it's fact check.
I would love to see them do some shit with that. Like,
well, they can't draw hands. AI still can't draw hands. Look at a video produced by artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. There was a thing on the news did an example on how because like CEOs or people that are familiar with that technology are meeting with like members of the White House and all that stuff, and so the news was like, let's have what that meeting would look like at the White House before it happened, and all the faces, because they typed in the names. Like
AI generated.
Yeah, AI generated faces, and they're all pretty much there for the most part. But the AI can't draw hands. Like there's one person with like their hands folded like this, and it was all like wacky and dumb because they don't know how to draw hands. And it's getting like scary accurate because then like actors might get replaced by AI models or produce images that aren't even.
Yeah, they've already done it here and there.
Yeah, they've already done it.
What was the Rogue One?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking guy.
Rogue One. Oh, one of those older actors from like the first movie.
Yeah,
they got him in there. Yeah,
and it's like I can't remember how they did it, but basically somebody who had similar features, but they still had him wear some shit.
Yeah, they did that with Paul Walker's brother in one of the Fast and Furious movies.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but that was also like 8 years ago, and they like kind of planted Paul Walker's face on his brother's
It was just another
body.
face-off.
It was just another face-off, exactly. It's exactly what it's becoming. It's becoming face-off. And luckily, you know, it's the one thing that the fucking politicians can agree on something, you know, bipartisan issue, I think it's called, where both sides are like, yeah, this is getting a little weird, like, because...
Should probably do something about it.
Well, they're worried about immigrants taking our jobs. Well, now the robots are taking our jobs.
Skynet's coming in. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Skynet's
coming, dude. It's gonna happen. Like the writers are worried about their livelihoods being taken away by robots.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's delivery drivers. There's... Like
they're doing it everywhere.
Yeah, you ever seen the little robots in Hollywood?
Oh, dude! Yeah. I remember driving to fucking school one day, and I'm just at a red light sitting, and then I like see something in the corner of my eye. This little box just What the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it's the future.
Just rolling around.
It's the future.
It's fucking insane.
How much time do we have left? Like,
before I heard some shit. It was like society lasts about 250 years, and America's what 246?
Yeah.
We got 4 more years, baby.
4 more years. 4 more years.
Who's gonna be the president for this downfall?
And it doesn't even, like, forget about, like, policies and politics, but, like, both choices are, as of now, old as fuck. It's just...
we have no hope. The only hope we had, they just fucking... What was it?
You know what? Nikki Haley's 55, and she announced her candidacy, and she's the only Republican that would run against Trump. Now, if there could just be someone that would run against Biden and like have some younger people. There was who?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi?
Yeah.
Well, you saw what happened with that.
Over.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking retarded.
She was polling lower than like Kamala Harris, I remember.
No.
And she's the vice president now. So it's like
Tulsi was fucking... They didn't let her fucking speak, basically. They were just trying to shut her up.
Yeah.
And it was the fucking Democrats doing it to her.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I'm trying to go for the better, but they're just
well, there's no trust in someone who's, let's arguably less experienced because of the age. But, like, you can't... Like, the retirement age, dude, is 66, 67 years old.
We got a fucking old fart who's
the people who run the country are older than the retirement age. Like, stop.
It's dumb as
shit. It's so stupid. And this is really important because for the people that listen to us, because society in general doesn't fucking get it, is that as long as we've known each other, we have our political differences. We have different opinions on stuff. But that has not affected our friendship. And that's what's really important. Because I remember, 2016 election, I have my Trump shooting himself in the head shirt. You have Hillary for prison shirt. Yeah. There was that woman. You remember her? She was going to snap at you. She was just ready to let it all...
The old fart was just ready, like, how dare you?
She's so ready to, just rip her fucking opinions onto you. And it's not going to change your mind anyway. So it doesn't matter how angry you get. You're like, I already voted, bitch. Like, it was like...
I've had so many people, give me shit when I was driving around with my Jeep and I had my American flag.
You did?
I had that fucking shit.
But that's just an American flag.
Yeah. I've had people yelling at me like, you fucking racist. And I would just laugh at them.
It's just the American flag.
Yeah.
20 years before that, when 9/11 happened, everybody had an American flag.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm patriotic.
Yeah. Oops. What? It's we're the bad guys. We're not the bad guys.
No.
At least I don't want us to think. We've committed some atrocities as a nation, but that's besides the point. It's like people...
Every country has.
People are so...
I find it funny right now when people are all like, but they have to stop Russia from invading Ukraine. They have to stop Russia from... What the fuck did we do in Iraq?
Yeah, exactly. Vietnam.
Yeah.
Korea.
Why are we getting involved? Did Russia get involved with us back then?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a proxy war because we're giving them weapons and they wouldn't have them otherwise.
Why the fuck do we care?
I don't know.
They want to fucking start another world war.
Yeah. You know what?
Shit.
Good. I think it would be, look, it's bad on the surface. At surface level, of course it's bad. But a hard reset would be, the best way.
I mean, we're coming close here in Cali.
Yeah.
They're making fucking lawlessness a, normal thing.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of have to deal with tonight.
Whatever.
Well, they passed that law. I don't know if that was the state that did it or if it was, something else. That unless more than $1,000 of retail or whatever you're selling, it's always been like that. Then they won't do dick if it's.
When I was working in Santa Monica for loss prevention, we had thefts all the fucking time. For the most part, we weren't doing shit with them. They were under $900 and something, $975 or something like that. So just below $1,000. Mm-hmm. Anything under that is petty theft.
Petty theft.
And cops even back then, all right, write a ticket.
Yeah.
And they're off. They go to spend a night or two in jail, and then they're right back out.
And they're out. Yeah.
So it was all we were doing was just trespassing them. They can't come back. Mm-hmm. But anything over $1,000, cops would come and they would either just cite him out and done, or they'll go spend a night or two in jail as well.
Yeah, so
it was nothing.
So these like smash and grab people, and I don't know if that's going to happen again during the holidays, because that was right before I moved back. It was still...
It's going to happen regardless. It's happened so many fucking times. Like, I prevented a few smash and grabs, but like they're always happening. There's always fucking people that are coming through.
Yeah.
And, like groups of fucking people. One time there was like this group that we had to be on the lookout for. They would always come into the store and go right to like a certain designer, the Chanel brand, and makeups and perfumes and all that shit.
Yeah.
They have that right smack at the front of the door in every store, so they'll just go, check it out, wait, look around a little bit, grab a bunch of shit, run out.
What do you do? You resell it on eBay or something?
No, yeah. And at the end of the day, they just stole fucking like $3,000 worth of product.
Ugh.
But nothing happens. They just, and they're gone.
Yeah, well, also the staff, like cops have been, the staffing has been like cut in half. Because
they
California...
they wanted to defund the police, all
right? Yeah.
Now look what happened. You defunded it.
Yeah.
And
I get where they're coming from.
At the same breath, they'll say, let's defund the police. And then at the same breath, they'll say, we need more police presence. We don't feel safe at night.
Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard, biggest tourist attraction place, is fucking riddled with...
Well, guess what? You have to pay those guys. They're not going to work for fucking free. You know,
they can't hire.
Yeah, they can't. It's so stupid because I get where they're coming from because they don't want the cops to have tanks. Like that's expensive. But then that money has been taken away. So no tanks. But now they don't have money to like hire guys to replace the cost of the tanks.
If you look at what when they were pushing the bill for defund the police, it shows what departments they were cutting. And a couple of major departments that they cut were the fucking like theft unit. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but basically the ones that handle theft, gang problems, and some other shit.
Yeah.
Even the fucking sexual assault and like, what was it, SVU or some shit like that?
Yeah, SVU.
Shit like
Special
that.
Victims Unit. Yeah.
They'll fucking defunding those departments. So there's so much dumb shit going on,
and that's such a good TV show. You know where those scripts come from?
My fucking fiance loves that fucking show.
Oh god!
I've watched a few, and I'm just like, this is so cringe, but it's so fucking like it catches you at the same time.
Yeah,
you're like, oh shit, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Well, if it wasn't for the OG show, Law and Order, I mean, there's like 20 different branches of that as a concept, you know?
Yeah.
So, and hey, if the writer's on strike,
you're just gonna have crappier and crappier
TV, crappier life, crappier society, and
one other thing is all these streaming networks have fucking made it so hard to like want to get into a show. Like Disney, they have so many fucking shows now.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up on any of them. I need to catch up on a bunch of them, but I just...
Well, here's another problem. Is that you would... the kind of the suspense of waiting next week for the next episode.
Or the fucking, wait... the summer for this big blob.
Next week at 10. What happens when you could just go to the next episode right away?
Yeah.
No commercials. Like I hate commercials too, but it's like there's the anticipation of
I hated commercials.
The next one? Yeah.
I hated commercials for the short Hulu shows.
Fucking
Letterkenny. You remember that show?
I remember Letterkenny, yeah.
It's a fucking 20-minute show and they have 2 fucking commercial breaks. Like why the I could be done with this fucking series so fast.
Well, that's what regular TV was, too.
So I started paying for Hulu. But on other fucking providers, I don't care if I was a commercial. I'll watch a movie on TV sometimes just because I'm watching it. And then commercial break, I go fucking move around.
Yeah.
Take a piss real quick, grab something to eat real quick, come back, and I'm back.
I mean, you could get through like a whole season of a show in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you go to work the next day and you go like, hey, did you see the last episode of like, and now it's like, oh, did you see this? Like, oh, I'm not there yet. Spoiler alert. Because at least back then, everyone was on the same page.
Yeah.
Everyone was at the same pace. And now with streaming, it's like, oh, how far into... People will ask how far into the show are you?
I finished fucking a full series. Like fucking
Good
episode
Lord, man.
1 to like 20 or 22, something like that, of Survivor.
Survivor. I remember that show. Yeah, that show's still going.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
Jesus,
dude. I love that fucking show. Me and my buddy, we would watch that fucking shit, and it was like we were working and working out together, living together, and then all we did was work out, or go to work out, come eat, and watch Survivor. That's all we were fucking doing, and we finished. I mean, it came down to the weekend, and we finished a whole series in one fucking night or one weekend. Just it hooks you, and you're just sitting there like, "Fuck, I need to know what happens. I need to know what happens."
Yeah. Those shows
fun.
suspense.
But I could imagine back in the day when people had to wait fucking every day.
You had to wait a whole week.
Other week to fucking see what happens.
Who's
next.
getting voted off the island? They had all the suspense and all that, and then you're like, ooh. But now, like the kind of the joy is kind of gone now.
Yeah.
And another thing with streaming is that, and this is going on with my mentor, is that she's on a show, and it's on cable, and it's on Hulu.
Oh.
Abbott Elementary. That show. It's a show with the teachers.
Yeah.
And so they hide the numbers of the of like how many people are watching the show, because that depends on your royalty check or your residual check, which could be like a whopping. There goes my phone. A whopping like $10. Or, it's whatever, it's pocket change.
Yeah.
It's the difference between like $10 or, 50. So, and these people are already giving 10% to their agent, 10% to SAG. So the money they're making isn't really the money they're making. And like the regular taxes on top of that.
$5 out of that 10.
Yeah, so you get $700 for the day, it's actually $400. You're like, fuck me. And now you're giving me less because these streaming companies are like, oh, we're new media. Bitch, you've been around for 15 years. Yeah. Bullshit.
Media my ass. I remember back in the day, fucking Netflix. And then slowly it became, there was HBO pay-per-view where you could just watch it. And then you could always been able to stream. You just have to pay extra for it.
Right,
One of the things that always pissed me off about some of the streaming shit, though, when I was up north, when I was on base, fucking
Fresno?
Lemoore area, when I was at the barracks, the only provider we could get was, I think, some cable blocks. I can't fucking remember the name of it.
Was it Cox?
And I paid like $60 a month for the NHL app or the NHL fucking shit that they provided. Yeah. And to watch the Kings games. But there'd be fucking nights where I couldn't watch the Kings games because it was like, it's showing in your area. Yeah, but I don't have the fucking channel to watch it. That's why I bought this fucking thing. Yeah. It's like, sorry, if you want to actually watch it, $90 a month.
Oh,
fuck off.
Oh, that's if you're like your home team, if you're not, like if you're across the country and you want to be watching a Kings game and you're like, well, I don't have Fox Sports 1 because I'm not on the West Coast. Yeah. I want the whole package. And isn't that, okay, that seems like a much for one team. Like, you can watch any game anywhere.
Yeah, you can watch any fucking game, but it was like sometimes they'll block them because it's showing on the cable provider in your area. But if you don't have the fucking cable or the channel...
stupid.
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking
That's stupid.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons when I was living with my mom, the main reason we switched back to cable is because DirecTV fucking took away the channels that they have the Dodgers playing on.
Oh, come on.
And that was the only reason for us to watch anything on TV. Yeah. It was sports. And once they took that away, I'm like, well, I don't want to pay this money to want this.
I kind of am.
Fucking 90? Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't know how I feel about ESPN picking up NHL. Because some of the commentators are just garbage.
Garbage?
Yeah.
Garbage how?
One of the fucking playoffs games, if you weren't watching on Bally's, where it's the Kings commentators, I get it, it's Kings, they're biased towards Kings. Yeah. But ESPN is supposed to be fucking everything. But they were just sucking Edmonton's dick the whole fucking game.
They were like dry in tone or some shit?
No, they were just, everything was like, oh, the best fucking thing, the best this, the best that. I was like, fucking Jesus Christ, get off the goddamn dick. The Kings are playing too, and we are fucking giving them a hard-ass time. Why don't you talk about us?
Right. Well, sports commentators, they need to be kind of neutral, because their job is to add excitement to the game, and also the tone has to match too. Because
Granted,
if
Edmonton did fucking play hard as shit.
Well, I mean,
but there were so many bullshit. That's what I was going to tell you.
They have anger on their side.
No, not only that, I was going to tell you earlier, dude. if you haven't been following the playoffs this season right now, there's been so many fucking bullshit like missed calls or bullshit penalties being called. There's one fucking game recently, right off of the face-off. One of the fucking I want to say it was the Rangers versus the Devils.
Right, yeah, it has to be Rangers because the Devils they won, right?
Yeah,
they won.
It was Rangers Devils, and the Rangers player got hit with a fucking high stick right off the fucking face off, and the ref is turning his body and sees it, and you can see his facial reaction. Oh, doesn't call it. He just watched the fucking high stick take place, doesn't call it, and then you'll get other fucking bullshit calls of like, oh, he tripped him or he held him, and you look at it, it's like, don't see it.
That must be hell because those two teams are pretty heated rivals too, and in the playoffs. So I can.
Dude, and the Jersey player got his fucking face broken at the Ranger game.
That's why. If Disney Plus owns ESPN now, right?
I think so.
They wouldn't because it's Disney. They wouldn't have. They wouldn't show that.
There've been some fucking brutal.
They would sense. Yeah, hockey's the most brutal out of all of them. I mean, yeah, football's pretty rough too.
You
but
have
like
the fuck.
There's blood. They let them fight.
Yeah, no, I forgot his fucking who it was, but you had a player this playoff season, first round, got his face fucking cut open by a skate, the goalie skate, like 75 or some shit fucking stitches.
Jesus.
And then right back into the game.
Yeah.
He went into the fucking locker room, got his stitches, put a fucking face shield on, and went right back into the fucking game.
That's a soldier, man.
That's fucking NHL hockey. And the other thing was, dude, Boston, did you hear about their season?
No.
Boston,
I've been out of the loop. I've been so fucking tunnel vision on comedy. I do miss it, though.
The Bruins have the best record ever at the end of the regular season. They went fucking 65 and I think 12.
They're like the fucking Yankees of hockey.
Dude. Yeah, at one point I remember checking I think in like December, January timeframe, I was checking standings. Boston was less than 10 fucking losses.
Wow.
In fucking that deep into the season. Oh,
wow.
Jesus Christ. They were a powerhouse. They got knocked out by the fucking Florida Panthers who barely made it into the playoffs.
Dude, no, that's embarrassing.
They were up 3 games to 1. And the Panthers just said, fuck you,
that's
Boston.
So fucking rough to do that well and then just get knocked out.
They have a special place in my heart because the only other team I've fucking seen do that, I know there have been others, but the Kings fucking told the Sharks, fuck you in the 14 season.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was when LA was really on, because when they won for the first time in 2012, all of a sudden everybody and their mom became a hockey fan. And hockey's been like in and out and in and out of my life. Yeah,
fucking growing up has always been a Kings fan. He was telling me how at the Staples Center, and I'm not gonna fucking call it Crypto.com.
No. It's still Staples Center. Beyond the Staples Center, you can see America. Beyond the crypto doesn't work. It doesn't work. No.
He would go to the Kings games back in the fucking day, like early '90s. $85 for fucking tickets. Cheap. Some nights it would be fucking less.
Well, they weren't winning at the time. No, that's what happened. Yeah.
And then now, my fiance introduced me to these 2 ladies who are like old bosses of hers. They've been season ticket holders for fucking like decades.
Yeah.
And they said when it switched over to Crypto.com, their prices for their fucking season tickets like skyrocketed.
That's why you got
the same price for fucking.
You have to pay in Ethereum.
And I was like, fucking, what the hell?
You're gonna buy a ticket in Ethereum now. That's what's next. That's what's coming next.
Oh shit.
Well, when the Seahawks won their first Super Bowl, I was told by a friend that lives up there that parking went from $30 to $75.
I fucking hate parking. What the fuck?
Parking's already a bitch. I mean, $30 for parking, that's pushing it. But then they just moved it up because they're like, okay, the bandwagon's gonna come now. because that's what happened when the Kings won. All these people, everybody's a hockey fan for some reason. I mean, Luke's named after Luke Robitaille, the way it's spelled. Yeah. We've been day one people, but it leaves and comes back, and I love the sport. It's a wonderful fucking sport, dude. And I love
why is it so fucking expensive?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
When I went to the Gojira concert a couple weeks back,
Lorna Shore in Mastodon.
I had Lorna Shore. Oh yeah, no, it was
Lorna Shore, Mastodon. Yeah, I had the buddy on the last podcast. We talked about him being at the Gojira show.
Oh, actually, he was.
Yeah, and he was like, "They're so fucking heavy.
Really
How are they so fucking?" and he's like, we were off mic, but he was like, "They fucking opened with flying whales. What the fuck?"
Dude, it was fucking brutal. I got so pissed off. But to talk about the parking first, like, I had fucked up my back. At the beginning of April, like, I cracked or fractured some shit in my back, so I was in bedridden. But I had already bought the tickets. I was going no matter what.
Yeah.
But when it came time to go, I bought I paid like $90 for fucking VIP parking just so I could be able to not walk.
Not walk that distance. Yeah.
But I was like, God damn, it was nice. It was like right in front of the fucking door. Just walked out and went in. Like, it was nice, but like, fucking Christ, it's so expensive.
Well, I mean, I felt terrible because your lady was didn't go, so you had that extra ticket. Did you end up using that extra ticket?
Yeah, my buddy.
Okay, good. It was put to use because I wanted to go. I wanted to go, but it was like,
Mastodon blew me away because I never fucking really listened to their stuff, but they were fucking good.
Oh, they were great. I wanted
to record some shit, but my phone was fucking acting stupid. I just wanted to get little snippets to remember that fucking that performance, but I was like, fuck,
it's up here.
No, I know it's up there. Yeah. I just wish I could replay it because it was so fucking good. Same with Gojira. I've seen Gojira before at Knotfest.
They played at Knotfest?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was a dope fucking one. I missed Bohemian opening, but Gojira played. Volbeat played, which blew my fucking mind because it was Bohemian, Gojira, Volbeat, Slipknot. Fucking Volbeat. But Volbeat was heavy.
Yeah.
They were like, whoa.
Was that how you discovered them, or
no, I knew that before? Okay, I just was like, I don't see them mixing with the other bands on the lineup.
Yeah, they're so different.
You see them and they're like, they're fucking good.
Yeah,
they're fun as shit.
Have you seen the Power Trip lineup?
Yeah,
that's a mix because it's Guns opening for Maiden.
Yeah,
and those are two completely different styles.
I would never see them like touring together.
Never. And also Metallica and Tool, very different.
I've seen Metallica tour with some
Machine Head.
Yeah,
Machine Head's open for them a lot.
Bands that have been out there, like, not in the same spectrum. Metallica, but I've seen them tour with them.
What'd you think of the new album?
I haven't listened to it.
You haven't listened to it yet?
Yeah.
I don't have the shit plugged because we have the microphone plugged in, but we can pull it up on the phone. And I believe, well, here's the thing, because YouTube is gonna get all pissy about it, so we can save that part for Patreon, because that way it'll be a private link.
Yeah.
And if you're a homie on Patreon, you should throw us a couple extra bucks. If you want, you can listen to Metallica with it. Okay, so it actually made me want to listen to Hardwired more, the previous album, because listening to the new one it's. I don't want to spoil it for you because I don't want my opinion to affect it because you haven't heard it yet. Because I want you to come in with no thoughts. But it made me listen to the last album, and the last album was actually really good.
The last album I think I've listened to maybe a few times.
Yeah.
It didn't really stick with me. The last album that I listened to that still I enjoyed listening to is Death Magnetic.
That one's good too.
Good. It had some good fucking memorable riffs in there.
Well, that was the one that kind of changed their sound up until like it's been their sound since then.
Yeah.
Because before Death Magnetic was Saint Anger, and that's like the heavy metal exactly. That's the heavy metal 9/11 for us, dude. It's really like that came out and just like we're hitting a trash can lid for like.
Oh my God!
You remember the documentary? Like I think there was a part in the documentary where they're with a with like a college marching band.
What?
They were about to like walk into. I could be getting this wrong, but there's a clip somewhere out there where Lars is like, "Hey man," this drummer guy in the marching band is like, "Oh my god, it's Lars!" He's fan geeking out and all that. He's like, "Oh Lars, it's so good to meet you." And Lars is like, "Hey, let me show you the way how it switched to Saint Anger," and you could just see the change in his face. He's like, this is how you do it for. Oh, what are you doing to my? What are you doing to my instrument, Lars? You made it worse.
One of the things
it's heartbreaking.
One of the things that like kind of makes me heartbroken about Metallica is like Lars.
Mm-hmm.
I just
they wanted to do something different.
Yeah, I just that also, and I don't think like I've gone past that phase of like Lars being the like tier.
Mm-hmm.
Lars isn't really that fucking...
No, I'll tell you that James, because he does the lyrics and he does a lot of the riffs, that he's really been carrying the band. They've still got it, you know, they could still do it, but it just, you know, managing all of those egos at once, and Lars is kind of like the press of them, which kind of like, I mean, if you remember the Napster thing, you know.
Yeah, you remember that fucking Get Him to the Greek?
Yes, I do. Oh my god.
Lars in it.
Lars is just in the movie as himself.
Yeah, and he really was playing himself. He just was a fucking piece of shit.
I know.
Russell Brown, like, I fucking hate you.
He called him a Danish twat or some shit. I missed that movie. Oh my god. It's such a good movie. That album, a lot of people are very like, it's dad rock now. Like it's dad rock.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Metallica is dad rock, then Black Sabbath has now entered Grandpa's guitars.
I don't care.
Because
you know,
made his grandpa guitar.
Yeah, and like we were talking about earlier, how society is going to end soon, basically.
Yeah.
And Black Sabbath was the beginning of metal.
Yes.
And they went full circle.
Mm-hmm. With their last album, The End of the Beginning.
We listened to Black Sabbath starting society. We're going to listen to Black Sabbath ending society.
Well, yeah, lyrically, I think metal thrives in bad times.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know, I think...
it's terrible, but it's fucking...
Yeah, metal, it's...
some insane fucking... Have you heard of... Bloodywood?
Bloodywood? I love Bloodywood. They're great. They fucking put
I want to see them fucking live.
They combined the Durka music to metal, and it's so good.
It's the fucking best.
They're in like a third world country. There's people that don't have fucking shoes and shit. You know.
Have you heard their? Have you seen their music video? That was like their political song that they did.
Their political. Oh, God, I'm trying to remember. What was the name in English or was?
Here, I'll just...
Because I can't remember, because a lot of the lyrics, there's like, they have a rapper.
But
they have a rapper on there.
Amazing fucking, like, lyrics. Mm-hmm. They're all inspirational lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, their song about, like, fucking...
Depression and suicide. Yeah, that one's out there.
So fucking, it hits, bro. Mm-hmm. It gets you.
It hits,
and then the song that they did with, the, like, Loss, it was about losing a dog.
Yeah. Oh, the puppies.
Oh, my heart fucking...
They have there's the one that sticks in my mind is Ari. It's literally, you know, just the name of a dude 3 times or some shit. Yeah. That one. I remember that one.
Oh, fucking.
I remember that one. Yeah, it's so fucking. And I think because I've been getting into a lot of metal bands that are from like other places because metal has like there's like a type of, you know, kind of suffering, adversity or darkness that you put into art. You know, yes, it's violent. Yes, it's crazy, but it's an outlet. It's not actually like behavior.
And I hate when some people say like, "Oh, they're just yelling." Yeah, there are some fucking bands that are just
there's a few
it's fucking pointing around.
A lot of breezies.
Yeah, there are some fucking bands out there that are just, but that's like that genre.
Yeah, that's deathcore. Yeah,
fucking all the yelling and like screaming that goes on is not just yelling. That's the fucking...
Yeah.
The screaming is an instrument. Because, you got guitar makes one sound, drums make another sound, bass makes another sound, your mouth makes another sound.
Yeah.
It's another instrument. So you could fucking get it to be a scream, or you could get it to be clean.
Well, those are people that say ignorant things about metal, is that a lot of people called it screamo, which, like, it's, you know...
Granted, there's
It's like that yelling thing. There's a genre called screamo, but
we need to get that fucking board of from School of Rock.
Yes, really exactly.
Explain some of that.
Well, I was kind of thinking of like, dude, sometimes when people say that shit, I become like the Bubba Gump of metal. I was like, well, that's not it. There's power metal, death metal. It's not that. And I'm like listing off all the fucking shit.
There's emo. There's punk rock.
There's Norwegian black and death metal. There's sludge metal.
You got the slam metal.
that karate kicking in the pit shit.
Oh god, I hate that.
Oh yeah,
so much,
dude. There's like comments because I did that one clip that reel that got a shit ton of views, and it's like not my stand up, so like fuck me, right? And I'm just reacting to it. There's people commenting like, "Oh, you've just never been to a show." I'm like, dude, yes, I have. I don't go to fucking
don't you
hardcore
remember
shows.
That fucking Desecrate show where I busted my eye?
You jumped off the stage and you busted your fucking face.
You know why I jumped off? Mm-hmm. When we got on stage, there was that one guy that was doing the arm flailing and the kicking and the hit.
Yeah.
He stayed on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, I fucking...
Go get him.
I hate you. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't high. I was just like, you don't do that here.
Well,
no.
you're...
So when it got to the point where I was like, I want to just dive. Mm-hmm. I aimed for him, but that fucker sidestepped.
He sidestepped. Oh, he saw you coming.
That's why I fucking hit the ground.
Oh, he can throw fists around, but you can't fucking handle a body coming at you from a stage dive. Well, that becomes a group effort. I think everyone has to agree that it's like, all right, this guy's going to stage dive, or this guy's going to crowd surf.
I know. I was ready to fucking fall on the ground. Like I was kind of getting my body contorted.
Well,
I know I'm gonna hit the ground if he does move, but he just surprised me that he did fucking move.
Well, you got a really good picture with the band.
Oh, dude, I still fucking keep in touch with a few of them.
With Nick or Hawk?
Not
or
so
Chase,
much Hawk.
Ryan?
Nick I've talked to a couple of times here and there. And then Healy.
Yeah, Ryan Healy. Yeah, he's good people.
He's a lineman. Mm-hmm. Working on the fucking telephone poles.
Yeah.
And I'm actually trying to get into that.
Get in there!
Yeah. So I'm like going to school for that right now.
No, that's good. That's good.
I was talking to him a couple of times, just asking him like shit about it to help me out.
Yeah, dude, we need to improve the grid, dude. Like it's like you need those guys, and it's the technology should advance. And I think like I have money in the stock market for the grid.
I heard
improving.
a story. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what city it was. Chatsworth. A telephone pole fell and killed a man and his kid, or just a man.
No, fuck.
And there was a whole investigation of what happened. Like the DWP did its internal investigations and all that shit to kind of figure out why the fuck did this shit fall. Mm-hmm. Turns out like the pole was put in improperly or something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy who signed off on it, he inspected all this shit and signed off on it. Everybody above him that signed off on it, they all got fired.
Everybody on that job got fired?
Everybody.
Oh, wow.
So there's going to be like a bit of a hiring spree. Like DWP is going to be hiring because they're going to need some fucking bodies too.
Do these guys, is this the same job to install those electric charging stations? Because I've seen a couple of those on some telephone poles. I don't know if that's on the same current.
Honestly, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know those are private companies because the electric charging station thing is still fairly new-ish. Mm-hmm. So the city hasn't really they're putting them up on places, but they're not really doing anything about it. It's private companies that are doing it.
Remember last summer during the heat wave, the fucking governor was like, "Hey, we're 2 days before he made this announcement, he was like, we're gonna ban gas-powered vehicles by 2040, something or whatever, and it's gonna go into the law." And then literally 2 days passed over. He's like, "I don't charge your electric vehicle.
Yeah, you guys are overpowering.
The grid can't handle it." And I'm like, "Bitch, what you just said." So
it's so fucking dumb.
It's not the cars. Improve the grid first. You need to make that better.
Yeah. You got so many fucking people. Solar's helping a little bit.
Yeah.
Not too much, but like you're just overpowering fucking cities.
Yeah. Well, there's too many people. Yeah. There's too many people.
And
everybody's moving here.
Something.
Yeah. They got something plugged into the fucking wall. everybody's using something. And I'm so glad Joe Rogan's Club is in Austin. Because that's making some people leave LA. It's making some people leave, but, I mean...
Me and my fiance
doesn't even
talking
matter.
about we want to do a road trip out there and fucking catch a show.
Catch a show?
Fuck yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah, do it. Do it. I mean, you should.
All the people that they have on there, that would be fucking fun.
Yeah, they get fucking killers. And, I mean, it would be a good place to visit. I know a few... There might be a couch I can crash on in that area, maybe. And that's why I've only gone to, like, Seattle, Oklahoma. Because I would only go to those places because I have a relative there, yeah. Because if I book out there, then there's hotel.
The cost of, like, fucking...
hotel, all that.
The cost of fucking finding a place to stay. The cost of fucking eating. The cost of surviving.
Yeah, do I want to drive? Do I want to fly? Yeah. You know, that sometimes you'll book a gig and, like, I'll get the gig, but they won't cover the flight. Maybe they'll cover room and board, but the flight's still like $400, $500.
Yeah.
And you'll still...
Say, like, you gotta, like, fucking scavenge.
You'll still lose.
Yeah, to find a price for a flight that's, like, less than $200.
I've heard too many horror stories about Spirit. Bro, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. As fucking Burbank flies over right now. I'm not doing it, dude. I had my last fucking... I mean, I'm fine with flying, but... And my gut's gotten better since. I'm standing in line at TSA, and I feel a bubbly brown. I feel the gurglies. And I'm in line. You can't leave the line, because then you gotta start over. And I'm able to, like, clench my ass cheeks and hold it, and I'm walking through the line. And like I'm hanging on, and I was able to, like, get to the bathroom after that. But I go through the body scan, and it detected the temperature difference in my ass.
Are you carrying a bomb up your ass?
Exactly, because it was getting hot.
Oh, dude!
You know how right before you gotta.
My fiance's mom and aunt, I want to say, or mom and dad were taking a trip somewhere, and they're Armenian and Russian, so they have a bit of an accent. They were going to They were going to the airport, or they were at the airport, and I think she just, like, packed some bath bombs in, like, a little paper bag in her luggage because she didn't have time to, like, properly do anything.
Strange circular object.
Yeah, and they well, when she was going through the line, they were asking, like, "Oh, what is this?" And she kind of was, like, flustered and was like, "Oh, boom, boom." Dude, before she realized what she had said, like, part of LAX had just shut down. And she's like, no, bath bomb.
Oh, shit.
I was like, oh, I wish I could have seen that.
Well, there's a really old joke on you can never pick up your friend Jack from the airport. You can never pick up your friend Jack because you'll see him at the airport and go, "Hi, Jack." People are just so high strung, dude. I mean, they don't fuck around. I didn't go on a single plane except July of 2020 when I moved, and they were so fucking, like, serious about, like, the mask thing. And you know, there were people getting, like, belligerent and stuff, but they if your nostril was exposed, they will, like, come after you. Yeah. They'll come after you like you have a fucking weapon on you or some shit.
Dude, I remember one time a fucking old fart. Me and my family took a trip down to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We were going to, I can't remember if it was just a trip or we had a destination wedding or some shit like that. But it was around the time where they were kind of getting a little lenient about the masks. Yeah. And I was wearing just a little fucking scarf type of mask. I was like, I'm just fucking retarded. It's humid as fuck. I could barely breathe. I'm a fucking gorilla. I'm sweating because I'm hairy as shit in this humidity. Yeah. And I just take it off while we're sitting in the fucking plane waiting to get off. It's fucking old fart. They say, "Put your mask on." God, I don't understand. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Why are you even traveling? He's like, you're supposed to be wearing masks. Like, fuck no.
Yeah, there's Karens on both sides of the argument, and I've got it on me. It's here. I mean, I haven't worn it in a good while, but it's like if someone's gonna come at me and go like, "Put your mask on," I'm like,
don't fucking understand.
And the same is like, take your mask off, pussy. I'm like, that's fine too. Okay, whatever.
Dude,
I got it on me. I don't care about it, but it's like people get so heated about that little thing, and now it's done. It is officially over now. And there's still motherfuckers walking around driving in their car by themselves.
I don't understand
with the mask on. Yeah.
What is stopping you from breathing?
Yeah. And that was part of the problem, because it was humid as fuck, and you're trying to fucking breathe.
Yeah.
And
I'm not trying to breathe my fucking CO. I'm trying to breathe air.
Yeah, it was so ridiculous. If we're going to get that COVID warning now. Yeah, we're going to get the label on there. There was a Hospice Trap House episode that I did with my other podcast. We got the COVID warning label because we were like we were talking about it. And we got the little thing on there, and we didn't get any views because we got shadow banned and shit. It's like, who the fuck are you? Who am I? I'm nobody.
Am I not allowed to just fucking talk?
Yeah, exactly. It was so stupid. It was
censor that man.
Right. Put him away.
Just fucking said one word.
You're banned.
Fuck out of here.
You know? Do you know who Sam Tripoli is? You saw him at the show, yeah. I like have his fucking number and shit now. Like, and I've seen him at a show, and we're sort of on the same like wavelength a little bit. In terms of, because I listen to his stuff, and I don't sponge brain his opinion, but I like literally think the same shit. And it's that there's fuck, I'm so fucking stoned. Where was I going? Tripoli was he had to get his Instagram account back, and he had to pay like $3,000 to get it back because he posted just stuff that or what was considered controversial or too graphic or whatever. They took it away from him. And he had to pay money to get it back. So it's almost like, did you just buy back your First Amendment rights?
Basically.
Like, the fuck, dude? Like,
it's a fucking private entity. It's social media. They can do that. No.
Yeah, and he's an entertainment. You know, he provides content. Yeah. The purpose is to make you laugh.
Yeah.
The purpose is that. And you're getting in trouble.
Comedians, most comedians, still kept that fucking... ability to actually like see beyond some of this bullshit. Like, you're not letting me fucking just make people laugh.
Yeah,
you're stopping me from being able to just put words on paper and then just spit it out just for a laugh. I'm not trying to fucking be like say like you can't do this, you can't do that. No, I'm just trying to fucking give you a joke in these hard times.
When I booked him, he said, "Hey, like," because I don't think we had met yet. He was like, "Oh, just so you know, like I talk about this, that, and if that's not doable, then whatever." And I'm like, "No, dude, you can say whatever you want. I don't, you know."
I love like checking out small little fucking comedy shows like that because you get some raw.
You get the raw shit. Yeah.
Sometimes it kicks. Sometimes it like doesn't stick. It's like,
well, it's also a place
that egg, like for 5 more seconds.
It's also a space at his level. It's a space at his level where, clubs won't let comics of his stature practice new jokes. Because the clubs are like, we're paying you, all right?
You have to
do the jokes that work. Duh. Well, yes, I agree with that. You're paying money at a club, which is like way more. But, they want to try something new on a crowd because that's literally the only way that a comedian finds out if the joke works or not.
You can't do the same fucking act.
Yeah, so they'll do the little tiny shows to go, like, suck and eat. At least, like, worst case scenario, you eat dicks in front of, like, a dozen people. Or whatever. Oh, okay, the joke didn't work. I'll try it again. I'll work on it or whatever. That's, like, kind of the point of doing the small shows. And I'm like, dude, go crazy. Don't,
You gotta do your thing.
Say whatever the fuck you want to say. Yeah. As long as it's not like, fucking hard N-word or whatever the fuck, there's...
Don't Seinfeld this shit.
Don't Seinfeld it, don't do that, but you get it, and he was saying, one of his jokes, and I'm so happy at work, because he was like, I'm Blasian. I don't want to repeat it, but he was going like, I'm technically Asian, because he's like half Armenian and all that.
That's right.
There's a black girl in the front row, and he said Blasian as the punchline, and she was like, ah ha ha, and I'm like, yes, dude. Oh, I hate that woke shit. It really drives me nuts because I'm looking for more road gigs, and they're really hard to find because of my like lack of credits or whatever, and sometimes they're not paid, and sometimes they're. But there's a country bar on Redlands, and they do a comedy show there monthly. I'm trying to get on there. Redlands. It's by Big Bear.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And it was such a good show. Everybody was loose. There was like conspiracy theory jokes and like things like that.
Yeah.
But out in the bubble of LA, it's like you'll get fucking ostracized. Like you feel like you have to walk on eggshells. And I feel like, I have to phrase this joke differently or whatever. Like I feel like I don't.
I have to be careful not to offend them.
Well, you have to. That's because I have a joke where I go like, "Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen." I have to say that now out of respect. I have to recognize. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's like I'm poking at it, but there's always that one person that's like,
that's not
fun. He's like, you know what? I'm really angry that you got that right. Like, why are you angry? What do you want? What do you want?
I remember that.
Yeah. What do you want from me?
They said, you look like a they, them. How could you know?
He's like, you're right,
that's
but
what you wanted.
That's you wanted me to say, like, and also because I say dude, and everything is dude. Dude is gender neutral. Like he, she, they, whatever. Dude fits in all of that stuff.
It also works with fucker.
Yeah, it works with fucker. Yeah. Fucker's great.
Like that one fucker. Fuck, what was his fucking name?
Yeah, exactly. You said his. You gave it.
Oh shit.
Dude is a gendered pronoun. I prefer dude.
Ick, man.
Or
back
dudette.
In the day, everyone was a dude.
Everyone
was a dude.
She's a dude. We're all dudes. What happened, man? That's why like a hard reset would be nice. I don't know who's gonna drop the bomb or whatever.
What was that one Metallica song that they had that was like post-apocalyptic?
Post-apocalyptic.
I think it was off of Death Magnetic.
What was it? It had to be My Apocalypse. Because that has the word apocalypse in it.
Yeah, I don't say.
Yeah. Oh, what's that Metallica song about the apocalypse? My Apocalypse? I don't know. Just to throw on that. Just a guess. Just a wild fucking guess. What language would you want to... worst case scenario, if it comes down to either like China or Russia or whoever the fuck, like, what do you want to learn first?
None of it.
None of it?
Fuck that shit.
You don't want to pick up on any Mandarin or Russian to learn to assimilate when they beat us.
The sad thing is that, dude, my theory is when America falls, because they're fucking doing it to ourselves
within our lifetime, you think?
Yeah. China's gonna buy the West Coast because they already fucking started buying up companies and land out here, and then Russia's gonna be working on the East Coast. And then the middle's gonna be what's left of America.
Yeah,
and
that's in The Man in the High Castle. There's like the Rockies are called the neutral zone.
Really?
Yeah, in a show, it's that show.
I've heard of that show, but I've never fucking seen it.
It's it's one of those alternate reality shows where the U.S. loses World War II.
Yeah, I've heard the premise of it.
Yeah,
I just never fucking watched it.
The Germans figured out the atomic bomb before we did, and the Germans bombed D.C. And then they overtook the government, and the way they have it is because they have the swastika as where the stars would be, and there's still the white and the blue. So by design, it seems the geopolitical stuff. It seems like a collaboration because we kind of did that to them with NASA. Yeah, is that we took their scientists and we're like, you work for us now.
The winner, goes to the victor.
Yeah, so there's like some sort of agreement between. Like former American politicians, and they become like Oben, Führer, Greiber, or whatever, some kind of like high-ranking officer or something.
Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
I've seen a couple episodes of it. Yeah,
I remember they were basically the European side of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the fascist parties and the fucking socialist.
Yeah,
parties,
exactly that.
Working together, talking about how we're going to be the new Europe.
Yeah, and on the West Coast, Japan has like the whole West Coast and New Mexico, and then once the true border is at the Rocky Mountains, where it's kind of like lawless no man's land, and that's where like the people they didn't kill yet. West. Yeah, there's like a resistance and all that stuff. There's like a whole thing, and that show it's like 20 years after 1945.
So
after Stalin is assassinated. Yeah, the 60s. So Stalin's assassinated in that reality. Hitler is like an old ass man and he's like about to die and they don't want to give up power. It's just the wind. It's just the wind. It's okay.
They're coming for you.
They're coming for you. And there's a guy on the show.
Stay strapped or get clapped.
Stay strapped or get clapped. Always be ready. You know that gun store in I'm going off on a fucking tangent. You know that gun store in Burbank?
Gun World?
Gun World?
Like a few.
Yeah. My buddy texted me and he was like, dude, I did the most Republican thing today.
You bought a gun?
And that was my first question. I'm like, you bought a gun? He goes like, yeah, how'd you know? I'm like, I don't know, just...
I just buy more.
I figure it's a guess because you mentioned like because I was talking with him about like how is this going to end?
Mm-hmm.
You want to learn how to be ready. He was like, I want to buy a weapon. I want to learn how to use it. He's never fired a gun before, and which I'll need to get info of that shooting range. That you remember that shooting range we went to?
Dude,
I want to send him the address to that place because I'm like, go practice there.
Dude, if you want, let's get together because I've had a fucking itchy trigger finger for a fucking minute. I haven't gone shooting in a long time, and shooting is like
it's like riding a bike.
Not that, and a skill that you like. If you don't do it often, you're gonna probably lose it.
Yeah.
So you need to keep to be able to fucking figure out how to shoot properly.
Yeah.
So I need to go.
Yeah.
If you want, we'll talk after.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out because they supply because you can.
No, you gotta buy it.
You gotta buy. They have guns on rental or
the
bullets.
The range we went to was an outdoor range.
Yeah.
You bring your own gun.
Okay.
You bring your own ammo. You could buy ammo there.
Okay.
But California is retarded. So say you and me and your buddy go, and he wants to buy some ammo.
To use for practice,
my guns, so that he can learn and get better and decide what he wants to buy before he actually does.
Yeah.
He can't.
He
doesn't own a gun. You can't.
Yeah.
Because you don't own a gun.
Right. So you
guys can't buy ammo because you don't own guns.
So what you're saying is you have to buy and with less knowledge of the product.
Yeah.
You have to buy something without practice.
Yeah.
Because you have to practice. You have to know how to use it.
You can practice. There are a couple of ranges that you could go to. There's one in Burbank, like right around. You remember the little bridge you got to cross to get into Burbank?
Yeah, that's how I go to Flappers every Friday. Yeah.
Before the bridge, there's like I think it's Victory.
Yeah, there's an ammo store. Yeah, I pass by it all the time.
There's a gun store. There's a gun range out there.
Uh-huh.
It's like an indoor range.
Oh, it's an indoor? Okay.
Yeah. You could rent out pistols and shoot them out there.
Yeah, he's thinking of getting he already bought a one shot. Not a one shot. I'm saying it wrong. He basically bought an AR-15, but it's been modded to where it only fires one every time you pull the trigger.
That's every gun.
That's every gun?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Semi.
I'm stupid then. Yeah.
Semi.
He bought like
every time you pull the trigger,
he bought a larger. He bought like a larger handgun, if that makes sense, because he's his mom's getting older and he wants to learn how to like defend himself. Okay. And the other thing is like, you got to learn how to grow food too. that account because if society collapses, I
already have it set up,
and people
kind
of
know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
My neighborhood's going to be blocked off. I'm going to find any abandoned cars and block off the neighborhood, work around, talk to the people in my neighborhood so we could... There's that little elementary school in front of my house.
Yeah.
They have a garden right across the street from me. So take hold of the school.
You have to take that school and take that garden.
That garden is going to be the communal garden for the neighborhood. And we're going to protect that, and we're going to protect each other.
Right. Yeah. It works. Granted, everybody cooperates.
I'm going to have to find a way to commandeer a few cows, some pigs, some chickies.
And most people are retarded because we've already had a test of this before. It was day one of like the COVID lockdowns, and everyone's panic buying the toilet paper and not getting other valuable resources. Like, you're worried about your ass.
You could always find some papers. Like, that fucking degree that you worked so hard for, that's meaningless.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some actual food.
Yeah, because what'll happen is that people are going to panic buy, and all the food will be gone, and you need to learn how to grow. You need to learn how to defend your home and grow your own food. And that's kind of how we got to where we are now. But that hard reset, a lot of people are going to die, dude. A lot of people are going to die. And if you don't have those skills, then you're not going to make the cut. My uncle has a ranch in the middle of nowhere. My apocalypse fan is drive to that ranch.
That's a fucking dream.
It's an 18-hour drive. It'll take forever.
Let's go for a hike today. Where do you want to go? The backyard.
The backyard. Yeah.
That's a dream.
Yeah, dude. It's it's. I hope my mom doesn't see it happen.
Yeah.
Maybe when we're old men, maybe we'll see like the coattails of what this country used to be. It's a wild concept, but it's just attitude reflects leadership, and our government is old. I'm sorry, like old. Like, why is he running again? Why is Biden running again?
He doesn't even know where he is.
Even Bernie Sanders. Yeah. That kind of proves my point. It proves my theory that this is a shadow government, because there's no fucking way.
It definitely is. It's just somebody behind is like, no, President.
Yeah. It's like, sir, you got to sign that one. That's the one that you have to veto, not this one. No. And he goes, all right. I'll do this.
The kids used to sit on my lap. And go. The black ones used to go in the water and rub their hands up my leg.
If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Dude, what? Dude, what?
God damn it, sir.
What is happening? Like, Bush was fun, wasn't he?
Hey, he's the best fucking president. You know why? He gave me hope.
He gave you...
He was a C+ student, and he was a fucking president.
Yeah.
That gave me hope, all right?
I mean, we got a game show host. We got a reality TV guy. Reagan was an actor, and even back then, like, because they're like, oh, he's an actor, he's a puppet, he's reading a script, bro. He's not really in control. And
it's not really Reagan.
Yeah, he's that's not Reagan. That's the lizard person.
Dude, it was funny. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was telling me about how in Russia they really believe fucking. I can't remember who it was. It was like somebody else who was an actor who was the president, and like they really didn't believe.
Zelensky was an actor.
Yeah.
The Ukrainian guy, but they said somebody was an actor and they got into politics, and I don't think that should mix well, because if you're the the leader of the free world, but you're formally known as someone who would like make you get the giggles. Or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's
fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
anybody other than these fucking career politicians.
Yeah. Because I don't think it's the tools
for their whole fucking life. They don't know any other struggle.
Yeah,
they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just doing shit to make themselves better.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, anybody that isn't a politician would be great as a fucking politician.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of throwing a monkey wrench into the whole thing. I mean, Al Franken was a senator. He was a comic from fucking SNL, and he got in there. But that's senator. That's one guy out of like a fucking 100 guys that are in there. It's really shitty. But thing is, those guys. I read up something on Matt Gates, that fuck from, he's got the square face, he looks kind of corn-fed, but him and AOC, they found an agreement to where, like, maybe Congress people shouldn't have, like, shareholders in, like stock trades. Yeah, like, and these are people on opposite sides of the political spectrum. They're like, hey, maybe we should...
I don't know how Pelosi isn't fucking in prison.
Yeah, what was it insider trading? Was that what the thing was? Yeah.
It's like the fucking... Her husband's making all these millions. I wonder why. Because he's putting money in these companies that she's fucking passing bills for.
Yeah, and they make the vote based on what their fucking interests are in. Yeah. For the Republicans, it's oil and all that stuff, and the Democrats are like, no oil, and of course they're gonna fucking vote against green energy. Who the fuck are you talking to? It's not gonna work because they have money invested in it. Yeah. And what these people don't know is that they're old as fuck, and they're not gonna take that shit with them when they die. Because I love democracy. Then, like, the tool isn't the problem; it's the craftsman. It works. Yeah. It's just run by people who are greedy as fuck, and we should. They work for us.
Yeah,
they work for us.
The thing about the founding fathers was they weren't politicians.
No, they were just these guys that wanted to fucking hang out and get away from the king, who was like taxing the fuck.
Who the fuck is this guy? He's across the pond. Why the fuck is he telling us what to do?
Yeah.
Now it's. The fuck are these guys? They're up on the hill living like fucking kings. We're down here. the fuck?
We kind of, Jesus, I mean, we kind of did it to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, the whole point of breaking off from England was the taxes. And what happens every year, Vahe? What happens every year? We do the fucking taxes, and they go up.
Yeah.
They go up.
I don't know why. The thing is, I wish we could just pay state taxes. Why are we paying federal taxes? Let's just pay state taxes.
We're paying it
But
twice.
at the same time, why the fuck is California paying more taxes than everybody else?
Sunshine.
Fucking
Sunshine.
stupid shit.
We have the beaches.
We're paying for
the
roads that are garbage as fuck.
Yeah, where's the fucking... Yeah, the roads is another huge one. Oh, you do not know Oklahoma. The roads in Oklahoma are so fucking bad. They're poor. They don't... There's no...
Yeah.
The roads suck.
There's so much nothingness out in fucking Oklahoma. So it's like...
Well, and there's tornadoes and it gets fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, why put money into something that's just going to break again because of the fucking naders? Naders come through. I didn't see a fucking single one while I was there. And there was one a couple months ago. And there was one yesterday in fucking
Maybe
Compton.
You should move back.
Move back? There was a tornado in Compton.
I remember when I heard about it, like, huh, that sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah.
2012? Was that? The
day after tomorrow. Yeah. It's happening now, dude. Fuck.
Dude, you know what's funny? Do you remember the movie Demolition Man?
Yes.
One of the best fucking Stallone Wesley Snipes movies ever.
Yeah.
It's looking more and more like a fucking documentary.
Yeah, dude. It's looking more and more like that. Yeah.
You look at it and you're like, huh. The only thing that's missing is the fucking 3 shells.
The 3 shells,
Which you still haven't got no goddamn explanation.
Yeah. The movie iRobot takes place in 2035, and we're only 12 years away from there. And 12 years is not that long.
No. And they just keep making more and more animatronics.
And animatronics.
Animatronics.
Say that 3 times fast. Oh my.
Type shit.
Sure. I'm so glad I got to pop your comedy cherry a couple months back.
So
that was so nice. You felt so loose. You know, you didn't get scared.
Because, no. I remember that one time way back in the day at when Andrew's dad was doing that shit.
Sportsman's Lodge? Yeah.
I remember that time. And I've always thought, like, comedy would be fun.
Yeah.
Because watching all these comedians, watching you, I'm like, if I ever got my chance to go on stage, what would I do? Would I be the one that goes up and tells jokes? Or would I be the one that comes up with like a little story with some truth and some, you know,
that's part of finding it. You know, it takes a couple years.
And I thought, I'm not going to get another chance, or unless I do when I go back to your show.
Yeah.
Let me try just saying a dumb little story.
Yeah, come through and tell another. What was it? What was it? Your lady found out about. I forget how it was phrased. Like one of y'all found out about what pegging was. Was it pegging?
No.
Finger in the ass?
That.
Yeah.
I was talking about fucking bidets.
Oh, right, the bidets, right, yeah, the bidets.
And I thought about it because I actually, when I did go to Vegas, I thought about that. I was like, huh, they have all these nice fucking things in the bathroom, but they don't have a bidet. And then I thought, like, what bidet? Cleans your asshole. Doesn't feel that bad. I'm not gay, but
It's so funny. It's a really difficult art form to master. I mean, there's some people that are just funny in the hang and they just tell really interesting stories.
Yeah.
And some people have structured jokes. Some people just talk to the crowd, and sometimes it's a mixture of those 3 things. It's really it's a beast.
That more and more. Fucking the comics that are fucking like interactive, like
all
right, bring on the hecklers. That's
right, yeah, and that's a lot of them were posting that. There were some hecklers last night. There was a lady that was like, "I'm the heckler for tonight," and we're like, "Dude, no, like that's not how this works." Because people put up clips of them getting heckled, and then the comic shuts them down, and it's fun, it's interactive.
A lot of people.
It's fun, but it also hurts the show.
They'll go to a comedy show. And it's like they've only seen maybe clips of comics on like social media, and social media only shows you some of the more popular.
Right. Yeah.
And it's sad because some of the more popular ones are the ones that are interactive with the crowd. Mm-hmm. So they'll go to a show thinking, oh, that's how most comedians are. So I'm gonna be like, I'm the heckler. I'm gonna join in on this.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of it. I want to be special with this. Not understanding that there are some comedics out there that aren't about that.
Yeah, they don't do that. They have to do research about who they're there to see.
Yeah.
And heckling is actually a bad thing. Like, that shit does not fly at, like, Broadway. It doesn't fly at concerts.
Dude, I was at a fucking Burt Kreischer show. At a fucking auditorium. Fucking big old fucking place. I'm sitting, like, closer to the back of the room. And there's fucking guys back here that are trying to yell onto the stage to get fucking interaction with Bert.
Yeah.
All the way in the fucking back. Like, bro,
he's
not going to hear you.
Yeah, hey, it's not going to work.
You're fucking annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Just sit here and laugh at what he's saying.
Yeah, well, because with him is that I think his audience is like a lot of like bros.
Yeah.
he just comes out with he just takes off his fucking shirt. There's a lot of bros.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys that wish they could fucking drink with him because they think,
I'm
a fucking alcoholic.
It's like the machine and all that. Yeah, they do that whole thing, and those are his fans.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a club setting, I had to get the manager to tell this lady, I'm like, hey, lady, you gotta fucking dial it back.
Down.
Like, these people are trying to work. Like, I don't want to throw you out, but I will.
Yeah.
And I'll make the whole fucking show awkward. Like, there was another dude, like, he wasn't heckling, and like the way the server was taking his order, but he was speaking like really loudly to the server, like on what he wanted. And I'm on stage, and I'm just thinking like, you should really get the chicken wings, man. There's really like
you're a little indecisive, bud.
He's like, oh, I'm thinking between like I want this to drink, but like, is this good? Is this good? And I'm like, you should get the wings, bro. You should get the. Get the nachos. Definitely get the nacho or
that
whatever.
Reminds me about when I was getting pulled out by the bar manager after I did the stage dive.
Yeah, they kicked you out.
I really pulled out, and like all I see is these chicks and all these guys like, whoa. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, you didn't even know that your eyebrow was hanging off your face.
And then when I get pulled out, the manager comes up with bar napkins. She just comes out with some bar napkins and looks at me. He's like, this is why we don't allow stage diving. And I'm still like, what are you talking about?
Oh,
and then
man.
I felt, like,
yeah,
my face is blood.
Yeah, your face is blood. Well, yeah, it's a liability and all that. The fucking,
No, I know. I was just fucking laughing at
remember the Cobalt, dude?
Yeah.
It's gone now.
I know.
Yeah, it sucks. All these other fucking venues are... Well, that's what happens when you have fucking hardwood floors, man. I want to have a metal show be at like a bounce house. That'd be great.
Fucking. All right, guys, take your shoes off. Get in the pit.
Take your shoes off. Get in the pit. That'd be fucking great. Yeah,
imagine how Mon and Mars fucking show.
Yeah!
Everybody fucking rowing.
Yeah!
On the bouncy. So, okay, we really are on the seas. Holy shit.
That'd be great, dude. I actually want to do a comedy metal show hybrid thing. Like, I want to do... I want to have...
Basically, Metalocalypse.
Yeah, I want to have a comedy show, but the band is there playing each comic off, and then, but like every 3 or 4 comics ago, the bands will play like a couple songs, and then we'll go back to the comedy and then go back to the band.
That'd be fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, I just, venue, what band, or a couple of bands or something, how much money, like, because if you were to produce...
Look at fucking paying the band.
Yep. I pay my comics, I do that, and it's $20, but, what's a good rate? Like, I'm losing money every time I do it. I lose, but I could easily not pay my comics, but I want to because I want their value I want them to feel valued.
Oh, yeah. That's what
and a lot of people they'll be fine with not getting paid, but the thing is with bands, it's like there's the gas, there's all that equipment and all that. Like I would feel really bad if I didn't pay a band to do it, or
especially fucking knowing the struggles. I remember when we would fucking travel around. Like, not even to go play gigs, to just play with each other.
Yeah, it's a challenge,
filling
man.
up our cars with all our gear, or, like, finding somebody to borrow a car from.
Right. It's rough, dude. Music is rough. Comedy's rough. It's all entertainment is rough. And you kind of, with the writer's strike, it's kind of making me think, like, dude, fuck all this shit. Fuck Hollywood. I'm just going to do it all in-house. Fuck it.
Kind of what Rogan did?
That's what Rogan... He did that shit out of boredom. He was sitting on a pile of Fear Factor money. He was like...
No, it's not Fear Factor money.
It wasn't Fear Factor money?
It's Spotify money.
No, before he started his podcast.
Oh.
He started it as a joke. He started as like,
No.
Well, he's banned from the Comedy Store at the time. It was like the Carlos Mencia issue.
Yeah, I remember.
There was that. He gets banned from the store, and then he's like, okay, I'm out. And then he just went off and he literally fucked off and did his own thing. Yeah. And he had the Fear Factor money, and he was like, I'll do this. and now it's the Spotify money, and he's been doing it ever since. And now like everyone and their mom has a podcast now. Is like when I get introduced on stage, like, oh, he has a podcast. I'm like, yeah, just what you need, another comic with a podcast. We need more of those. We
do though.
Yeah, we need more of those.
Funny.
Yeah, it's fun, but you gotta have something. You can't just fucking have, there's all this pressure to make content and stuff, but I know I'm doing it. The sad thing
is though, sometimes you're like, you don't want to, but you want to.
Yeah,
it's something pop off. You want a clip of you to pop off, just so that it helps you, so that you can fucking get those gigs that you want. Yeah, and also I get gold nuggets out of this sometimes. I get little gold nuggets. Like sometimes I'll think of a new bit out of something somebody said, and it happens in life too. I got at the fucking takeout section at my job. This guy was like, "Do you offer a military discount?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, yeah." I just need to see the military ID, and and then in that moment, that's where the joke is the Space Force. He actually pulled out like an army card or whatever, and as I'm looking at it, I'm like, joke, it's right there, it's right in front of me, and I just let it sit in the back of my head, and I wrote it down on a napkin. He was like, this guy showed me the ID, and I'm like, what if it was Space Force? I'm like, ha ha, that doesn't count, bro. It's in participating locations I love that
only.
Fucking like little cartoon meme of like an astronaut coming down back into the fucking space station, and he's like walking to the armory. He's like, "Moon's haunted," or like the guy's like saying, "Hey, what are you doing back?" He's like, "Moon's haunted." He's grabbing a gun, going back. He's like, "Where are you taking the gun for?" "Moon's haunted."
Moon's haunted. Oh my!
And then shoot back to Space Force.
Space Force. Doesn't that kind of prove the theory that aliens exist? Because why else would we? Why else would we have it?
There's fucking aliens out there.
There's aliens. There was an argument where someone said like, "Oh, space hackers." Like there's cyber. We have satellites that pinpoint our location.
But they already have fuckers doing that in the Air Force.
Yeah. And the people that are doing that are back on Earth. There's nobody up there. It's just they're sending a message to a satellite.
Are there fucking hackers that are going out to space and getting onto the satellite? Manually doing it? Is that why there's a Space Force out there?
Or like what branch of military has the capabilities of taking out a satellite if there's a satellite that has like some kind of like either like laser weapons or kind of like EMP disabling thing where like if a satellite is armed with something, they can just take out another satellite.
That's why we got the Space Force.
Yeah.
China.
I don't even think that World War III, it's also possible that the next war is just us throwing our toys at each other. And it's not really like hot war. Like it's war, but it's not.
So they some of these video games that are coming out right now are really fucking like mechanics that they make you use in the game are real mechanics for some of the shit that the military has.
Training.
And that's basically what it is. So the drones out there nowadays, a lot of them are some of the like personal drones, not even the big ass motherfuckers. The big ass motherfuckers still like keyboard fucking ways to
keyboard, joystick,
but
whatever.
There's like new drones that they keep coming out with, like compact ones that can fly for like a couple hours with like some ordnance on it that could take out maybe a few people.
Yeah.
And then you got some bigger drones that could take out vehicles, and those are things that are being operated by fucking controls like you would see on fucking, game consoles.
So is that a soldier on the battlefield?
Basically.
Even though he's safe, he's in an undisclosed location operating this drone from afar. You still have to go through basic to get that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still have to have all of the requirements to join the armed forces.
Obviously, you
can't just get some nerd who just plays a bunch of video games.
Like they know kids nowadays. There's so many out there that kids play video games. So the military is like saying like, all right, well, they have these mechanics. Let's make use of those mechanics.
He's like, do you want to get the high score in life? Sign up for the military. It's just these guys with controllers.
I like this little bit. It was like, it'll be funny as shit. Or I think I've seen it somewhere. Guys, manning drones, like fucking just nonchalant, just blowing shit up, sipping a coffee. Got yours before you got mine, fucker. Just knocking each other out, just blowing up fucking cars. That's all they're fucking doing.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. When you're just like sipping coffee or whatever, it's like, oh, we're taking him out. We're taking out Charlie or whatever the fuck, God. I know that's what war has become now. I hope it goes to, because then if it came to blows like physically, China's got us outnumbered. Like they have more guys than us, but we have more toys than them. And it'll be so fucking ugly. And it might not. And fucking Luke's argument, we were talking one time, is like how it won't even happen at all is because there's no winners out of the next great conflict. There's no winners. Like hard reset, but there's no restarting again. It's over. It's done. Nuclear holocaust. It's done. The planet might still be here, but like we will not make it
in bunkers that are just, like, maybe survived or maybe
and like that's it. And then I mean you get to the if you learn how to, if the movie theaters are still operational, if you're the last man on Earth, like I Am Legend apocalypse, like you're the last motherfucker, and you can kind of like access kind of everything, you know. Because the supply and demand chain is broken, so if there's like a handful of people on Earth, at least maybe you won't starve because you'll have to figure out.
It just depends on what actually fucking happens.
Yeah,
because if there's a full-on nuclear fucking just holocaust of everything, well, say that happens, there's gonna be places that survive. Yeah, Africa. Who's gonna fucking throw a nuke at Africa?
No one's gonna nuke Africa. Good point.
It's like,
who's gonna nuke Africa?
After World War III happened, it'll be European countries, the UN bullshit. Some of them, maybe not all of them. It'll be Russia and China.
South America might be fine.
South America, there's nobody there. That's
what about Australia?
Australia is kind of part of the UN.
They're kind of the Allied forces, yeah.
Yeah, they might join in. Who knows? A nuke might be tossed at them, but I don't know if anybody wants to fuck with the kangaroos.
Right. So, the kangaroos.
They might not get hit by a nuke. China.
Well, it's not even the explosion;
Russia.
It's the fallout that comes with that.
The fallout will fuck up a lot of places, but there will be places that are probably not going to be affected.
Yeah.
The U.S. would basically, I don't know where, because the only nukes that'll be going out would be to Russia, China, parts of the fucking Europe, and then America. Yeah, I don't see nukes being thrown at Canada, even though
not a direct hit at least. Yeah,
there won't be nukes going to South America. So U.S. will be just fucked.
Yeah,
and then Europe and Russia and all that. Russia will still survive because
Russia's huge.
Yeah, but there'll be places that'll be.
They might just take Moscow and move it somewhere else. There's so much nothing.
What do? We take the city and we move it over there.
We move it. I mean, because
Patrick idea.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. I think that's what the Russians will do, because Moscow is wherever Moscow is, but there's like all of this. They'll just move it.
Yeah, they'll just move it somewhere else.
So, see, here's what we do. You listen to me. We put it on pellet, right? We put it on little forklift, and then we
just push it over there.
We put all of Moscow on giant forklift, and then we move it.
The fucking UFO, that crashed in Russia somewhere.
No.
I remember hearing this story.
A UFO that crashed in Russia?
There was some explosion or some shit.
When was this?
A long time.
No. You're thinking of that asteroid that hit the Siberian forest in 1917 or some shit.
Yeah, but they never found an asteroid.
Because it blew up.
No. They said, I remember hearing some shit. There was some UFO that crashed over there, and the whole area is just.
Is that their Roswell or something?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Something like that.
But they don't give shit. Holy clish.
Nobody goes there.
Nobody goes there? Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude.
It's like in their forests somewhere and nobody goes there.
Yeah, the Pentagon released a report on how there's over like 650 reports that are going to come out about like possible unexplained
They're not going to
things.
post all of them.
No.
Mostly all of them.
Yeah, but if it's technology that is actually ours, but we found it. Like, we found technology that wasn't ours, and we figured out how to reverse engineer it, because that's the whole Bob Lazar thing. Mm-hmm. You know about Bob Lazar?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, his job was to figure out how the thing works. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's that. Maybe it is alien technology, but it's not being operated by aliens.
Yeah.
We're operating it. And we're still trying to figure out how it fucking works.
We just accidentally made this, and now we're trying to figure out how.
That seems like the most logical things. Like, yes, there are UFOs, but no, there are no aliens. Because they died in the crash, but the craft survived. Yeah. And we're trying to figure out how it works.
Yeah, they've been talking about how that's how they built some of their fucking aircrafts.
Mm-hmm. Like, stealth bomber's kind of inspired on that. If you look at the stealth bomber, you know, it's really slender, it's really skinny, and it, you know,
hell, the F-35.
If it flies a certain way, you know, you can't really see it. It doesn't get picked up on radar.
Yeah.
Invisibility cloak.
Oh yeah.
Invisibility.
Invisibility.
Yes. Dude, it's been like, I gotta get ready for work. It's gonna be fucking hell. It's gonna be the worst night of my life. I'm gonna hate it so much. I will hydrate plenty. I'm basically going to be security.
Making sure
they're like, you damn kids, stop vaping in the bathroom. Like just,
get your goddamn hands off my ice cream.
He's like, go fuck somewhere else. It's going to be a fucking nightmare.
I can imagine.
But anyway, it wouldn't hurt if I put your Instagram handle in the description so people can find out more about you. Yeah. You're the best. You're the best buddy friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow this man. Follow this man. I don't know, because usually I'd be like, oh, where's your next show? Where's your next date? And I'm like, you're a normal person.
I'm a civilian.
You're a civilian. Excellent, dude. I was so fucking glad having you. So let me put this on, let's stop, and then we do brief little Metallicas for bonus episode, yeah? Follow on Patreon. Support show on Patreon. If you want the bonus episode of us talking about Metallica, how much it sucked, or it doesn't, whatever. All right, okay, thanks, die, everybody.